All right, what's going on, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to How To University. Glad to see everybody coming in. I would definitely thank you for coming in to the university where you learn how to do anything from A to Z, the official How To website, the official How To channel. And today, as you guys can see, for those who have a Wix website, if you're at a beginning stages or if you're at advanced, but you're not advanced as far as knowing how to put certain things on your site, or if you're in the middle and you're still learning some things, we're going to show you how to put a countdown clock on your website. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, class is officially in session. This is How To University. Let's begin the class. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, class is now officially in session. All right. So again, what we're going to do is show you how to put a countdown clock on your Wix website. And the benefits, there's different things you can do with it. Like what I'm getting ready to show you on one of my websites is how I put the countdown clock and use it for like upcoming videos or shows that might be coming up. Also, you can also put a countdown clock just in regards to you having something for sale at a certain sales price, and you put in the countdown clock and maybe some comment under it saying the sale will be lasting this long, or however you want to put it, however you want to word it. All right. So let's get started, man. So the first thing you guys need to do is, of course, sign in to your Wix account. Okay. And once you sign in, all right, you want to go ahead and hit site actions. All right. So let me get you to that page here real quickly. All righty. Let me just go back here and I'll pull this up for you guys. All right. Just give me a second here for things to pull up. So let me get you started to follow along. Okay. So now we're going to share this, this page here. All right. Let me make sure we're at the page I need to be at. And yes, indeed, we are at that page. All right. All right. So again, you want to sign into Wix. Okay. And then once you sign in, you should come to a page like this. And if you will look up to your right, and let me go ahead and pull a full screen here. Let me just go ahead and move that out the way. If you guys will see, you see this right up here where it says site actions. That's what you're going to click on next. But real quick, I wanted y'all to take note on the bottom. Apparently, Wix also put their countdown clock within your website builder. So they did the same thing. I'm sure they do it with everybody who has a free account. So this is a free Wix website account. And as you guys can see on the bottom here, they have Wix had added their countdown, saying to upgrade now. So we're going to add a countdown to one of our pages here. All right. I just wanted y'all to see that. So now we're going to hit on site actions, right? And then you want to go to edit site. Okay. So just to make sure we got that clear. All right. You want to hit Site Actions, then click Edit Site from the drop-down menu. And this is what we're going to do as well. There we go, Edit Site. And then your site will start cycling through here. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and change the page because that's one of the downgrades. I'm going to have to put that as one of the flaws of StreamYard is whenever you change a page on another site, right? Whenever you change a page on the site, it doesn't change in the StreamYard. You have to go to the next site. So that's no problem, but we'll pull that up. All right. Let me just make sure we're good here. You're on the correct page. And yes, we are. As it cycles through, hopefully it'll go through. There we go. So now this is like your behind the scenes, I guess, where you would edit your site, but the people wouldn't see what you're doing. So you actually getting a behind the scenes type of deal here. Now I see something over here, something I need to check with the apps here. Let's see. Maybe there's a message here. Oh, manage apps. Okay, I'll get to that later. Anyway, so here is what you guys see here, Sell It Saturday show. So like I was saying earlier, I put a countdown here for this video to be broadcast and premiered. So anybody who came to the site, and by the way, the site is theproductstorecompany.com. That's theproductstorecompany.com. And when you would go on to that site, if the time clock was going, you'll see the time going, and it would let you know that within whatever, how many days, minutes, hours, minutes, this video will actually be able to be viewed. So that's how I do. That's how I've done it for this particular thing. In the near future, I'm going to do this time clock for certain sales items, items that'll be on sale for a certain time frame. All right. So let's get into the clock situation. I'm going to leave this up here because I don't want to remove it, but I'm going to show you guys how to get to the Wix clock. All right. So you would go ahead and hit, let me get back out of here real quick. All right. So where you see that little highlighted thing in the red, where it says number 1, right here it says add apps. Okay. I'm going to hover over it, come back, hover over it. It says add apps. Out of all of these here, you want to hit add apps in order to access that clock. All right. And when it pulls up, you want to type in this search box, just type in Wix and then put in countdown. And before you finish writing it, it'll already give you some choices of, what you want. So I'm just going to click on countdown, Wix Countdown Clock, the first choice on the list. And right here, all right, let me just make sure you guys are seeing it. Yep. And right here is the countdown clock. Now, I already have it installed, all right? But what you guys want to do is you want to go ahead and click on it. I'm going to click on it anyway and just see what happens. All right. And for me, it's going to say add again, but I'm not going to add it. But for you, it'll say add app or add clock, something to that effect. And you would click on that. And once you do that, it should already bring your clock to your page. Okay. It should already bring the clock to your page. All right. And once it brings the clock to your page, let me just get out of here real quick if I can. Once you bring your clock to your page, let me see if I can exit out here. I'm going to have to do it another way. So let me pull this out. All right. Oh, I see the little X there. And let me pull it back in. But once you get your, once you hit add, it'll put the clock on whatever page you're currently on. All right. So let me pull that back up so you can see what I'm talking about here. Let me make sure I'm on the correct one. I think it's this one. Yes. All right. So once you go here, right, it says add apps. You click on that. All right, I'm gonna do it again real quick. Hopefully I can get out of there. And then here in the search section, you would type in Wix Countdown Clock. But before you finish writing countdown, it'll already pull up a list of choices. So you want to pick the first thing on the list, which will say Countdown Clock or Wix Countdown Clock. You will click on that, scroll to where you see it's saying Wix Countdown. You click on that. It's going to ask you to if you want to add it. You click on add, and it should pull up to your page that you want to add your clock to. All right, so let's say I did all that, and this will be the page that it comes to. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and change some things. No, I don't want to change the background. Alrighty, get out of there. There we go. And so you would click on it and you can adjust the settings. Okay, you'll be able to adjust the settings. So you click on settings and you just kind of go down this list here. Let me make sure you guys are okay. Good on that. Just go down this list. You got main, you have settings, you have display, text, and design. So I'm going to go ahead and hit set countdown. All right. When you see set countdown, now this is where you can change the date and the time. All right. And some other things we'll show you here in a minute. Let me pull this up a little bit. All right. So you can set some things here. So we're in March. I'm going to set this clock for, I'm going to do it March. See, now you see the clock appearing and it's going now, right? You see that? And that's where people will see, once they go to your website, they'll see that countdown clock. And right now today is March the 17th. It's set for March the 20th. So it's going to, when you would go to this site, again, the website is theproductstorecompany.com. So when you go to that website, this is what you'll see. You'll see this clock going, right? It'll say 3 days, 1 hour, 45 minutes, and the seconds are always constantly going. All right. And so also you can set the time zones. I think the UTC is universal, so I leave mine there. I could have put it on East Coast time, but I think what this does is that anybody who goes to your website from anywhere around the world, that clock is going to be adjusted for their time frame. All right. Or their time zone, excuse me. It'll be adjusted to their time zone. Now, when you look at yours, like a lot of times I go on my site and just test it to see what it looks like. It might not be the exact time when you're thinking of it from your time zone, but it won't be too far off either. So you might look at it and say, wait a minute, if it's only 3 days, how come it's saying 4? Or it might say 2 days, or the hours might say 0. So it might look like it's not on time with your particular time zone, but it is on time. Just trust me on that one. Okay. It might show different, but it is correct. All right. So after you do that, you just go down here and you can do a few things. It'll say when the countdown ends, you can have it do nothing, or you can customize a message. All right. So to customize this message, head to the text tab. So I'm going to skip the display tab real quick and just go on to the text tab for the sake of just showing you guys what you can do with it. So I'm going to scroll down to where it says end message. All right. So when it says end message, this is where you can adjust what you want it to say when this time clock finishes. All right. So here I put sell it Saturday show. Okay. And I'm going to adjust that later on. But so whenever this time clock finishes in 3 days, 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 3 seconds, then the words hashtag sell it Saturday show will show up on the screen. So anybody who goes to the website will see that. All right. Also, now with that being said, let's go to the display area. And I don't really mess with this because I like the way the clock looks for me. But if you guys don't like that style of the clock, you have what it looks like to be two choices. You have this first choice, which is the one I have, or you can have it looking like the second choice. And you could play around with the two, you know, click on them and see which one you like. And then whichever one you like, you leave it as is. And then the display options are show the days, show the seconds, label background. Let me see if there's anything else here. Okay, I think that's it. Label background. All right. So all of those are clicked as to show those days, show the seconds, label background. All right. Let me see. We did settings. We did the text. I just did the text with y'all as far as the end message goes. And also what I forgot to mention, you can also click preview message so that you can see what it will look like as if the time clock already finished, and make sure, like I have here, if Sell It Saturday show, that would be on the screen. Okay. So now we're going to go to design real quick. And this is just where you want to design the colors. You can go to, you know, put the colors of what your branding is or how you have the theme of your website color. And as you guys can see here, I got like a kind of goldish brownish type color that kind of matches with the site's color a little bit, the site's color scheme. And you can always change it. Just click on the color. You can adjust the color background. All right. You can have it faded, super faded out. As you guys can see now what it looks like, right? Okay, you see that. Or you can have it full color, 100%. And it should bring it back out. There you go. All right. So that's the fonts and the colors, the font color. That's the white lettering or numbering that you guys see within the golden brown color background. All right. And then the same thing again, color background, font color, and then you can preview it. All right. So that pretty much is it. But make sure when you finish, okay, exit out of that, of course, and make sure to save it, even though it automatically saves, but I always do double check and save it again anyway, and then click on publish now. And the done needs to come up here. There you go. And just click done. And now people who go to your site will see what you're seeing right now on the screen. All right. And that's pretty much how you add your time clock. So again, the uses of this, it's a lot of uses. That's good. You can use this for, which is probably what I'm going to be doing pretty soon. I'm going to change this up. Instead of having a video, when I put some new products on the site, I'm going to put certain things for sale, and you're going to have that time clock saying, you know, on sale until time clock ends, or something to that effect. And every now and then I might throw a video back on there and put a time clock on there, you know, for the next video that applies to the website here. All right. So that's pretty much how you do it, man. And we're just going to go over real quick the steps again. All right. That you need to do, the process on how to do it. Of course, you go on and sign in to your Wix account. All right. Once you sign in, you're going to see that on the top right, not the very top, but kind of top in the center or the right side of the page. You're going to see where it says site actions. You want to click on the site actions, and then you're going to see edit site. You want to click on edit site from once the drop down menu hits. All right. And then it'll take you to what you're looking at now. And then what you want to do is you want to click on the add apps. All right. And this is where the add apps is right here, as you guys can see there. All right. So that's add the apps. When you click on that, you'll see a search bar, and you just want to type in Wix Countdown Clock. And before you even get to finish the whole Wix Countdown Clock, you'll start to get some choices that'll show you Wix Countdown Clock or Wix Countdown Timer. You just click on the countdown clock, and another page will pull up, and you just scroll down a little bit. You'll see where it says Wix Countdown Clock. Just click on that. All right. Click on it, and then it will say add clock or add Wix clock. You just click on that, and it'll bring that clock, countdown clock, onto the page like you're seeing now. And then you just go ahead and start adjusting the times. You want to time to edit the clock. You want to adjust the time zone. You like a certain color scheme. You can adjust that. As you guys see, there is a certain color scheme that just goes with the site I have. Until I change things up, I might change the color scheme of it. You can have the numbers, letters, the words being white or whatever color. And as you see in this example here, you're seeing like a goldish brown background with the white numbers, and the words will be white as well. You also can adjust when the countdown clock finishes. You can have it where a word comes up, or you can just do nothing. You'll just see zeros for the clock. Or you want to give it like a little message, like mine's did. I have Sell It Saturday Show. So when the clock, excuse me, counts down and is to zeros, the word Sell It Saturday Show pops up on the screen. So you can adjust it to do that as well. All right. And again, like I said, that's it. That's all you have to do. Okay. That is all you have to do to add the clock. And like I said, there's different uses for it. You can use it for sale purposes. You can use it for emails. You want to promote an email campaign or something like that and say, hey, you can get this. You only have 3 days left. Of course, you have a sale. You can use, like I said, you can use it for a particular product you're selling. Hey, you get it at this price. You only have 1 day left, and that 1 day be on the clock. Also, what you can do with the clock is you can adjust it to whatever time zone that you live in, or you can adjust it to a universal time zone. So anybody who access your site from anywhere around the world, that clock will be adjusted to their time zone. All right. And even for people who see their time zone for certain areas, or you might look at your website to make sure you test it out. It might look off on the time, but it all will work out in the end. Okay. So don't get overwhelmed or thinking something is wrong. Your time clock is fine. All right. It's just adjusted to all time. If you leave it to the UTC, which is the universal time code, I call it universal time zone, to where it adjusts to anybody's time zone, depending on, where they're accessing your website from. If they're in Italy, it'll be adjusted to Italy's time zone. All right. If they're in United Arab Emirates, it'll be adjusted to their time zone. If they're in Atlanta, Georgia, it'll be adjusted to their time zone. If they're in California or Utah or Colorado, it'll all be adjusted to their time zone. So that's why I like to use the universal time zone for my countdown clocks. All right. So that's how you do it, man. That's how you add a time clock to your Wix website. All right. There might be some similarities to other websites, but you just gotta, if you're using other websites, you just have to experiment with that particular website. But this is how you do it on Wix. And some websites might not even allow you to use a time clock at all. So depending on what plan you have, but the free plan for Wix allows you to add a time clock. It actually allows you to add 2 different styles of time clocks. I already tried another one. The reason why I'm not even going to show you that one, because I think this one is better. Although I think the other clock, as far as the ratings, they get a little bit higher rating, but I think this is better. And there's something with the other time clock that you can put on your site, to where I think if people click on it on your time clock, they're using the other type of time clock, not the Wix's. I think they can access something within that time clock's account. So that's why I'm not even showing you that. You're better off using the Wix time clock. It's a lot better, in my humble opinion. All right. So appreciate you guys for coming in, man. That's how you do it. And if you missed this class, those who've been watching live, always go back to the replay, and I break it down for you, and you can add your time clock to your Wix website. All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all coming in to How To University. And you know how it goes. Class is officially over, man. All right. So with that being said, I will see you guys next week with another class. Thanks for coming to HTU. I'm out of here. Peace.